Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from T&J, and welcome back to the Charlotte 49ers Dynasty. Charlotte has really surprised people across the NCAA this season, sitting here at number 3 in the country, one of 4 teams that are undefeated right now, sitting here at 7-0. In this episode, we will go up against Appalachian State. We have 5 games left on the schedule, and our division is not performing well at all. I have no idea if people thought that Charlotte and Pitt would be on top of the ACC this year, but we are. Appalachian State, our rivals, were the team that was probably supposed to be promoted with us last year, but they collapsed. After losing to us, they lost 3 of their last 4 games and remain in the American Athletic Conference. But they do still have Eric Taylor at quarterback. He's a junior this year, 99 overall for the 2nd straight season, but they're just not getting it done. They're behind Georgia Tech right now. They will have to win out in their conference in order to get promoted next season. They still have pretty much a lot of the same guys returning. Dylan McMath is shaken up. He's going to miss this game, but still a very good defense as well. So we got to watch out for that. We are in a rivalry game, so you know it's going to be tough. Now, Appalachian State is 1-3 versus Charlotte. This is our 5th meeting of the series, and we start out this game with a couple of turnovers by both teams. Jeffrey Johnson throws an interception in the first quarter. Then he throws another one in the second, late in the second quarter. But then Eric Taylor comes back in the second quarter and throws a deep interception, this time to Kevin Knox. And Appalachian State did take the 2-score lead before getting to the third quarter, where Jeffrey Johnson threw his 3rd interception of the game, and Poe took it back for a pick 6. But in the third quarter, a lot happened. Jeffrey Johnson gathered himself, hand the ball off, this time to Ncaa, getting into the end zone for a 7-yard touchdown run. Then moved to the right side, avoiding a man, throwing deep, one-on-one, wide open is Christopher Dalton in the end zone for the touchdown. And this is where we pick this game up. So up by 4 now. Here's App State threatening to score again after Charlotte takes the lead in the third. Here's a handoff, this time to Nate Trent, who has been their starting running back for the past 2 years now. This is his 2nd year as a starter. Is now Eric Taylor gets it in the shotgun. Throw to the sideline. A.J. Green, he's got it on the sideline. Tiptoes 11 yards. And that's going to be 2 yards short of the first down marker. And Appalachian State kicks the field goal. So 1-point lead here for Charlotte late in the third. Here is Jeffrey Johnson, who's looked decent so far as a starting quarterback. He throws across the middle. And this is a gain of 14. Devon Cash has a touchdown in this game that brings his total to 9 total. So here is Terrence Pitt Howard up the middle, and that does get about a gain of 8, and that one puts him over the century mark, 107 yards rushing in this game. So fourth quarter action. Here's Ncaa, handoff up the middle, and he has a wide open lane, gain of 8, and that is a first down. So handoff now to Terrence Pitt Howard, running over a defender, and look at him. He is so tough to bring down. That is a gain of 11, first down. So inside the 5, another handoff. Terrence Pitt Howard runs over a defensive tackle, but does not get into the end zone. Gets about a gain of 2. So 3rd and goal this time. They do pinch the middle, and this is Jeffrey Johnson getting out of the outside. It's a touchdown. He gets in on the scramble, and Jeffrey Johnson does it with his legs this time. He is mobile, and now it's an 8-point game. So now App State has to get into the end zone here with 5 minutes left. Here's a throw across the middle. It's a wide open Turner. He's off to the races, beating DeMarcus Forte in coverage. Eventually run down by Clifton Cobbin. 66 yards for Caleb Turner. He's got 5 for 179 in this game from the slot. There he is in the right slot this time. Here's Taylor throwing to the right side, and it's picked off. It's Ralph Clark who makes the play on the ball. Nice block downfield by Pierre, and Clark makes the man miss. Clark is going to get to the 20, the 10, touchdown. Pick 6 here for Ralph Clark. He has filled in quite nicely here at middle linebacker, taking over for Darius Moss and Octavius Oakley, the two seniors last season, and Ralph Clark has definitely made a name for himself, and it's now 41-26. So here's Nate Trent now running the ball to the right side as App State tries to get back into this game. As they're down 2 scores now, they have all 3 timeouts though. 3.5 to go. Here's a quick throw, and that is caught by Tate across the middle, and it's a first down. So now they're at the 15-yard line this time. App State under center. Eric Taylor under pressure throws this one away. And that one will be incomplete. That brings it to a 3rd and 10. Here's Taylor throwing to the sideline. He's got Jason Russell, but it looks like it's just short of the first down marker. So now 4th and inches. This one could be the game here as Eric Taylor is under center. Let's see what he does. Handing off Nate Trent, who looks like he's going to be stuffed right before the first down marker. And how about Billy Buggs fighting off the blocker and stopping Nate Trent? He needed to get to the 5. Did he get there? Oh man, he may have been stuffed just before it. And that one seals this game. How about the defense late? Ralph Clark and Billy Buggs coming up with big time stops. And look at this, man. We are once again undefeated, 8-0 this season, and we defeat our rivals. This was a tough game. This was not versus a top 25 team or anything like that, but rivalry games are always tough. Appalachian State falls to 1-4 versus Charlotte in this series. Their one win actually came in the Conference USA Championship to get to the American, so I guess they had one big win versus us, but we have beaten them 4 times already, and they remain back in the American Athletic. They will definitely have to probably win out, because I believe it's Georgia Tech who is over them in their division. They are in first place. They're trying to get back into the ACC. But how about 4 ACC teams being down at the American Athletic Conference level because they have not gotten promoted back? That's a good sign for our conference, just getting some new teams in the ACC. Eric Taylor had a decent game. He did throw a couple of interceptions, though, and it looks like App State may not be the same as they were a couple of years ago, and they had that great season. And then last year they started out 6-0 before losing to us, and then they kind of just dipped from there. They're actually top 5 at that point, and they just haven't gotten back to that. I know a lot of you guys are on this team as subscriber recruits, but App State is now 500. Looking around the league, Nebraska, who was number 2 in the country, lost to Northwestern, and then Alabama, who was number 1, lost to LSU. So that means that we have now sprouted up to the number 1 team in the country at 8-0. Wow, I never thought I would see this day right here. I thought it would be maybe in season 6, maybe season 5, but not season 4. I think we've definitely caught a good basket of win here and a good basket of luck, because I think that, I just think that the ACC wasn't as good as people thought it was going to be. But look at Rice. I mean, they are 9-0 on the season, number 2 in the country. They beat Stanford to open the season, and that pretty much propelled them to be a top team in the country. I hope Rice wins out, because I like to see these little schools in, good position to be in the college football playoff. Because remember, it is 8 teams here in this dynasty, not 4. So I would love to see a smaller school in here. And next game, we go up against Clemson, who Kobe Pace and Kevin Knox both won Players of the Week last week. So they both get attribute boosts. And Pace is actually playing in the starting spot of Ches Malusi, who is hurt for the year. Abdominal tear, out for 9 weeks. They are also missing their strong safety, their right tackle, and their center. This is a very banged up Clemson team. I think if it wasn't for these injuries, they would probably be undefeated or at the top of the ACC conference this season. But they're 5-3. They sit here with a decent offense still, but I think their injuries could have taken it to the next level. So here we go here in the first quarter. Here is Clemson out on defense, and here is a key play early on in this game. This is Jeffrey Johnson getting hurt. and he goes down. So that's going to bring in the true freshman, Cameron Gilliam. He is a pocket passer, absolutely no speed, 58 speed. He can throw the ball, though, and that's what we recruited him for, to be a backup quarterback, a depth quarterback, but he's going to be inserted right away. So here is his first college action here inside the 10. We're going for it on a 4th and 1. Quick throw, Christopher Dalton. It's a touchdown. Gilliam on his first career pass. That's a touchdown pass to Dalton across the middle. And that makes it a 13-0 game. How about Charlotte on the road here versus a tough Clemson team? You know, Clemson always has those great defenses as well. That's a gain of 14, first down. So here's Gilliam. He's going to hand off this time to Terrence Pitt Howard up the middle, and that one picks up about a gain of 5. Now, Terrence Pitt Howard could approach 1,000 yards on the season with this game. He's about under 200 yards short, but here's a quick throw across the middle. It's a touchdown. 3 of the first 4 passes by Cameron Gilliam in his career go for touchdowns, and this one is to Devon Cash, his 10th touchdown catch of the season. So 19-0 here on the road here for Charlotte. And let's see what Ugalele can do at quarterback. He throws across the middle, and that's going to be caught. Lance Hale for a gain of 18. So Ugalele is the quarterback who took over for Trevor Lawrence. He's been the starter here for about 3 seasons now. Here he tries to move, and the pressure's right there. It's a sack, and that is Xavier Hayes. So 3rd and 19, this defensive front is having quite the season. Here's Ugalele getting pushed out of the pocket and throws across the middle, and that one is incomplete. And that one will bring us to the second quarter. 19-10 game now here in the second. Here is Gilliam getting out of the pocket. He's going to stop and throw to the right side. He's got JPE. That's a first down, but Gilliam gets hit on that throw, so he will have to be taken out of the game. So in comes the emergency quarterback. This is Devin Parker back at quarterback again. He's going to have to switch from defensive back here. Here's a handoff. Terrence Pitt Howard. Great blocking right away. Touchdown. Devin Parker doesn't have to throw a pass. You just give it to the big man there, Terrence Pitt Howard, following his blocks as well and picking up the touchdown. We end up finding out that Cameron Gilliam broke his collarbone. Can you believe it? How about that for your freshman season? Sitting back, waiting as a backup, you get in your first action, throw 2 touchdowns, but then break your collarbone. So now we fast forward all the way to the 4th quarter now, and Parker just has to seal this game up by 5. Here he is, scrambling to the right side. He stays in bounds, sliding down. It's a first down. So Clemson uses their second timeout. Here is a handoff up the middle, and Terrence Pitt Howard, he picks up the first. And now there's about 2 minutes left. All we need is one more first down to seal this game up. So Parker now line up with 5 wide. He's going to run Terrence Pitt Howard in motion. He's going to give it to him as well. And we pick up the first down as Terrence Pitt Howard falls forward. Gain of 5, 121 yards rushing in this game for him and a touchdown. And that ends up sealing it up. Devon Cash scores twice in this one, 5 for 96. He leads us in catches, yards, and touchdowns this season, and we get the victory. How about this? 3 quarterbacks throw touchdown passes in this game. I don't think that's ever happened in any one of my series, and 0 interceptions as well, as Clemson actually did fight hard in the second half. I think a lot of those were garbage time points, and they ended up only losing by 5. It was a lot closer than what it looked like. It wasn't closer than what it looked like. I think it was 36-31. It definitely felt like a 31-17 type of game, 36-17 type of game. We definitely dominated them on defense for the most part, but we end up being 9-0. That's the gist of it. So we have 3 games remaining on the schedule. But look at this. Rice is no longer undefeated. They lost last week 10-26 at Ohio. So they really have to win out in order to get into the college football playoff. I think it can be done if they have 3 games left. If they have maybe 2 games left, it might be tough. But they definitely need to win out, maybe even grab that 8 spot. But now that they lost, I think it's going to be tough. Charlotte is 9-0 on top of the division here at 6-0 in conference play. But our final 3 games are versus the bottom 3 teams in our division: Florida State, North Carolina State, and Maryland, who is in the ACC still. So I don't know what I'm going to do for this final episode. I'm probably going to have all 3 opponents here in one. I'm probably going to play the North Carolina State game out because they are a North Carolina team, and just to get that rivalry going. And they've actually stolen a couple of our recruits, so I do want to play some of those guys as well. So that's going to do it here in this episode. Charlotte continues their undefeated season at 9-0, #1 team in the country. Can you believe it? And that's going to do it. Hit subscribe, hit that like button, stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still trying to fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on.